Oh God.
Ready? Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the first episode of Good Morning Georgia. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, and my
Good
co-partner,
morning, Derek J. Wilson.
Derek J. Wilson. I'm so used to saying this by myself, so it's so funny because I have been sitting here. So Derek and I've been up like trying to get everything set up. I don't care how prepared you think you are, you're never as prepared as you think you are. But I'm happy to be with you guys this morning. We have a lot going on. Let me tell y'all something. Today is a great day. We're going to be talking about what we're going to be covering on Good Morning Georgia. And so we want you guys to stick around and stay tuned. And I'll just give you a introduction. So just stick around for 1 second.
Tune in to Good Morning Georgia. Join hosts Audrey Bell Kearney and Derek J. Wilson every weekday at 9 a.m. for your daily dose of news, politics, business, and entertainment. From local updates to insights from affiliate partners across and beyond Georgia, we've got your mornings covered. Tune in to stay informed and entertained with Good Morning Georgia.
Looking for a place to shine? Are you ready? Want Georgians' eyes on you? Let's go. Good Morning Georgia is here. Start your day the Georgia way. Want attention for your brand? Broadcast today only on Good Morning Georgia. Mail us today at info@thecommunicationsmd.com or phone call on 770-421-598.
All right.
Good. Listen, don't listen. This is our first day. And normally I'm virtual, but my partner wanted to be here in person. So
Oh, yeah.
we're in person.
So we can touch and feel. So we're going to jump in and talk about the weather. Our weather today is brought to us by Southern Elite Contracting. Southern Elite has been a trusted leader in the construction industry for over a decade, based here in Georgia. As you guys know, the headline today is Debbie, Tropical Storm Debbie has turned into Hurricane Debbie. Uh, she has made landfall south of Florida, or should I say west of Florida, on the west side, the coast of Florida, that's touching the Gulf of Mexico and is coming towards South Georgia. So anyone that's in that area, uh, if you suffer any storm-related damage or you feel like you have any damage, we have a text code, courtesy of Southern Elite. You send a text. You text the word storm, STORM, to the to 888-835-1386. You should see a ticker at the bottom shortly, right there. Text storm to 888-835-1386. And someone from Southern Elite will reach out to you to check, to schedule a time to come out and inspect your property and to assist you with your insurance claims. That's in Georgia and Florida. If you're watching in Florida, or you're in that South Georgia, North Florida region, text that code. Also, uh, today's weather highs we have in Atlanta is 89. Over there in Augusta, 88 is the current temperatures right now, for the high for the day, as well as Columbus, 89, Macon, 84. Savannah is going to be at 82, Valdosta, 80, Albany, 83. That's our weather. There will be some chances of rain if you're in the South region because of Hurricane Debbie. So please stay safe, stay prepared. And that is our weather report from the day. I am your meteorologist, Jay Wilson, giving it back to Audrey.
So glad to be with you guys today. I hope everybody get out of the way of the storm. They always put out these warnings to let you know that that bad weather is coming. And I always say, God, I really hope people just really leave because sometimes they want to stick around, they want to sit it out, and then we have to come back and report on the really bad stuff, that it happened. So I'm hoping that everybody made their way out of the storm, get out of the path of the storm. Debbie's probably going to be a downer, so move. Debbie Downer. So move out the path of the storm as quick as you can. So this is our first episode. Derek and I will be coming to you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to about 10:30, depending on what we have going on. And we're going to be covering politics. We're going to be covering news. We're going to be covering local sports and business, of course. I can't do anything without talking about business. So we will be talking about business, news, sports, entertainment, and politics. Now, I know some of you you have your own thoughts and opinions about that. We want to hear some of them. Now, if you want to come on here and bash us, we don't want to hear that. But if you got an opinion that you want to share about politics or news, even if you're somewhere outside of Gwinnett County, we want you to become our partners here at Good Morning Georgia, because although our show is Good Morning Georgia, we're not everywhere. We're here, and we want you to come on and share your news with us as well. So be sure to go to the website, goodmorninggeorgia.org, and there you will be able to find out more information about how to become an affiliate partner with us. So we're happy to be here this morning and just happy to be able to share the great state of Georgia. We are streaming live on a variety of platforms, and this show will be syndicated around the world. So we're happy about that. Pretty soon, you'll be able to watch it on your Amazon Fire TV. So if you miss an episode, don't worry, it's recorded. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our LinkedIn channel, our Instagram channel. You can subscribe everywhere you need to subscribe and be able to come online and check us out. If you want to come into the show and you got something good to say, if you drop us a link in the comments, we can send you a link to come on the show to share whatever you want to share, wherever you are in Georgia. So if you're in Georgia somewhere and you have something you want to share, my prayers go out to everybody in the path of Debbie. My prayers also go out to my family down in South Georgia, Albany, because I know they close the schools in Albany.
Really?
Yeah, they are expecting really bad weather in Albany, so they close the schools in Albany. So hopefully everybody is safe and out of that path. So
well, it's a Cat 1, so it won't be as bad as Hurricane Michael. That was in 2018. Don't remember what category it was. I want to say that was a 4. But it will be a flood event. It will rain a lot, especially if you're on the coast. Well, if you're on the coast, it will be high. What they call it?
Tides.
Tides, high tides. Hey, look, this is my first day being a meteorologist, so you're going to have to work with me in the highs and the lows.
Pun intended.
Yeah, but it will be, it's a Cat 1. Cat 1s are the smallest hurricane possible. But as we know, with Hurricane Beryl and it hit Texas, it can bring a punch. So, if you're in an area that's typical of flooding, if you're in an area with a lot of trees, just be mindful that winds will get up to 30, 45 miles an hour. That can knock down a tree, that can blow some shingles off your home. So again, if you experience any of that and you're in need of a reputable contractor, please text STORM to 888-835-1386, and someone from Southern Elite Contracting will reach out to you to schedule a time to come out and inspect your property. If you need a tarp, if you need a board up, they're here to assist. But yeah, also in the news today, outside of the hurricane area, a lot of schools started today. I think just about everybody in Georgia, I guess, outside of the storm area, started school by now. I think.
And you know what's crazy is I'm used to doing everything virtually, so I'm not out every day in traffic, and I'm gonna leave at 7:45. I will never do that again because I was behind school bus after school bus after school bus. Then I get to traffic lights, so I definitely was not prepared for the school buses. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
When you work from home for so long, and I've been working from home for like 26 years, so I know, right? Thank you, God.
Everybody ain't able.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And so that's another thing. A lot of people start remote work during the pandemic.
Right.
I've been remote working for 26 years, and when I have to go out, it's normally for a meeting, but I kind of know how to pace myself, and it's normally not at 8 o'clock. And then when it is at 8 o'clock, it's very close. some behind all these school buses and all these kids. And I'm like, oh my Lord. But anyway, school did start back. My granddaughter went to kindergarten today.
Okay.
She got on the school bus, so she's on the school bus. Shout out to my baby.
We got the beginning.
Yes.
And then my son, he's a senior in high school.
Nice.
So not only do we have the beginning, we have the end. He's wrapping up, going to the Air Force. And then my daughter, she's 7th grade.
Nice. So we got seniors. So I got to give a shout out to my nephew who's a senior at Grayson High School. Speaking of Grayson High School, Friday Night Lights kick off this week, baby. So listen, I'm a football auntie. So I will be at Thursday night. I'll be at Southwest DeKalb because that's where Southwest DeKalb will have their first football game, and then Grayson is having this game on Friday night. I'm a football aunt, so don't hold that against me. I love being a football aunt, and I'm at the games screaming and yelling every Friday night. And so it's crazy because my brother coaches at Southwest DeKalb. Shout out to Southwest DeKalb. And my nephew plays for Grayson, so I have to split my time up between the two. I have to figure out who's playing home, who's playing away. That determines which games I'm going to. So just know on Monday mornings when I come in here, I'll be talking football. I'll be talking football because football season started in September. Who you got this year?
Oh, we talking NFL?
NFL.
Well, so I'm a native Houstonian, and I love TJ Stroud, and so I think the Houston Texans may be able to upset some folks this year. So I'm rooting for the Houston Texans. Obviously, we're in Georgia, so we would want the Falcons to do well, and so I always root for the Falcons. Then you got the Bulldogs and the college. I think Georgia Tech gonna be pretty good this year too. I heard.
My nephew had an offer from Georgia Tech, but he's going to Indiana to the Hoosiers. So he'll be a Hoosier come January. He graduates in December, so he'll be an Indiana Hoosier. I've never been to Indiana, so I'm going to check Indiana out. But
I've been in Indiana. It's cold.
Yeah.
Well, I went during the winter time. It's cold and dry. And I was in Indianapolis, in Lafayette, Louisiana. Indiana.
Well, he was born in Jersey, so he's kind of used to the cold. He's been here probably 5 years, so he's gotten probably a little bit acclimated to the weather here. But for the most part, he's a New Jersey baby. So
he's a Jersey baby.
Yeah. So what you got going on in politics today?
Well, as you will know, Georgia is a hotspot. Georgia is purple, as they call it. So it swings red one cycle, blue the next, and so. This past week, I think it was Wednesday, Tuesday, Vice President Harris was in town at Georgia State downtown. And then this past Saturday, Trump was at the same venue. So they both had venues. Everyone, say that, it was packed, I do know, I saw videos. I know several people that attended one or the other, and it was packed. I know it was packed Tuesday. This past weekend, it looked like it had a nice attendance, and so everyone is all I can say is go out and vote. This is a major election. Whether you're red, blue, green, whatever, go out and vote because our lives. This affects our daily lives. If you got Project 2025, if you don't know about it, look it up. That's what one party is pushing, and then you have the party that's been providing student loan relief, that's been providing other relief for the low households. And so I'm not here to tell you who to vote for or what to pick, but I can tell you that the voting matters. And if you don't vote, you can't complain. Just go ahead and deal with the consequences, because elections do have consequences, as one president famously quoted. So, but
I know one of the things that when I first heard about Project 2025, it has so much devastating stuff in it. Yeah. But the one thing that stuck out to me that all Americans should really take a look at is the education. Page 134, just to be exact. Check out page 134. It's a 920-page document, I think. But on page 134, it talks about your children and your education. So I want you to take a look at that document. If you can't find the whole document, just Google page 134, and it's going to explain to you how privileged children who go to private schools are not going to be treated the same as children who goes to public school. Even if your kid is in a good school system, they would be affected by page 134 unless they're in private schools. So we want to make sure that, you understand what's at stake here. A lot of people don't think it applies to them. But if you got a child, a grandchild, a niece, nephew, it definitely applies to them. You got the younger generation coming up, it definitely applies to you. So didn't say if you lived in a red state, it said your child went to a public school.
Yeah.
Public being the key word. Now, unless you're in the 1% or the 5%, chances are you or someone has a child in public school. And it's so important that you understand what's at stake here. So we want to make sure that, we get this message out as much as we possibly can, to make sure that you understand what you're going to lose along with the rest of us. Yeah, no, none of us is special. Just so you know, we all have families and we all want the same things for our families: a great education, a great place to live, safety, and cleanliness. So and good air to breathe, and medications that's not going to make you grow hairs out the top of your nose. Things like that.
Yeah.
Because without regulations, who knows what you're going to be eating? Who knows what you're going to be breathing? Who knows? And this sounds crazy, but it's the plan.
Yeah. Then also, keep in mind, I tell people vote for your interests. Like, so many people vote against what their interests are.
Yeah.
If you know you're a diabetic, whether you red or blue, if you know you're diabetic, vote for the candidate that put a cap on insulin. Insulin medication used to be extremely expensive. Now as a cap is only $35, I believe. I mean, that came from President Biden and his administration. And so just make sure you vote, along with your interest. The educated voter is the voter that votes based off of their interest, not because it's a D or R or red or blue. You vote based off of your interest, and so we're talking national, even on the state and local levels. And honestly, I feel like my background as a former candidate here on the local level. I feel like those local races are definitely more important than some of the national races because your county commissioner they deal with your property taxes. Your school board deals with your property taxes. Your school board deals with your school. Your county commissioner deals with your county roads. And then your city council and the mayor, they deal with your city roads and your city taxes. The judges, we all complain about how the justice system is flawed and that. Well, if you're not participating in the voting process, if you're not electing or removing these judges or district attorneys, then you're part of the problem. So when you get caught up in the system, that's too late to complain. You should be complaining with your boots to the polls. I just boots to the polls. They say souls to the polls. Get your boots to the polls.
Yeah.
And as we continue to talk about local politics, did you hear about Newton County Commissioner, the chairperson?
I did not.
Yeah, well, he got indicted about a month ago, and so the governor suspended him. He got suspended
Wow.
over the weekend, August 2nd. So that was Friday. The governor announced that Commissioner Baines the Chairman Baines was suspended pending the outcome of his I guess indictment, his trial. So that's one of the big news that came out. Also, the Secretary of State they announced a portal where people can go in and remove themselves from the voting poll. And the
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know. So the Democrats were saying, hey, that's safety issues because anybody can go in there and just remove anyone if they see fit. Well, I find it ironic because, so the Secretary of State assured us that that's not the case. You have to have
Can he be impeached?
certain information. He can.
Okay.
But the ironic thing that happened over the weekend that was announced that since the launching of the system, people have tried to remove uh, the Secretary Brad as well as Marjorie Taylor Greene from the voting rolls. And so now that they're being attacked, all of a sudden they want to pull it back and look and see how to make sure that people that wants to stay on the rolls are not being removed.
But why would that even be something to put out. You understand? Like, what? Why would that be important? That people go and remove themselves from the voting rolls?
I don't. I mean, it's crazy because we have drives to get people to register. Now they about to start having drives to get people to
Unregistered.
yeah to remove them. So it's just another ploy for Georgia is known for one of the states with suspected voter suppression. I say suspected or alleged voter suppression because one side claims there isn't, the other side claims that it is. I just say go out there and see if you experience any issues voting. I know now it's against the law to provide food for people that's standing in line with water. 'Cause sometimes lines are long, mostly in low income minority areas. The lines are long because the machines are probably fewer. And so, just things like that continue to be put in place to make it more difficult to vote in states like that. And it's most swing states like that makes it difficult to vote. And moving on with politics.
But before you get there, let me just say this. So the Secretary of State implemented such a crazy legislation, right? But here's what y'all need to understand. He's in the 1%. He's in the 5%. His kids probably go to private school. So these rules that they're trying to put in place won't affect him.
Right.
Hear what I just said? He's probably in the 1 to 5%. I'm talking about the people in the United States. He's probably 1 to 5%. So it won't affect his children because they probably go to private school. So who cares about your kids, right? I mean, let's put this in place so we can remove people from the roles. So we can't get to the vote, right? Because your kids go to private school. My baby just got on a private school bus in Gwinnett County, and I'm proud of that because Gwinnett County has one of the best school systems in the state. However, if Project 2025 takes place on page 134, she's in jeopardy. So make sure to go out early, start early voting. When the polls are open for early voting, go vote. Because here's the thing, this will give you time to make sure that your vote is actually counted.
Right.
Don't wait till the last day. I did this. In, what was it? And I called you and I said, Derek, I went to the polls and my name, like I normally go to one place. I go there, oh, you can't vote here.
And they changed it.
They changed it. Then I go to
This year.
That was this year. Because I called you. I was like, oh, I forgot to vote. I'm gonna leave out about 7:30 to go vote. Go vote. Oh, you can't vote here. This is why I always vote. I'm gonna go to the other church that I used to vote to. Oh, there's no voting here. I have 2 locations that I voted at. I could not vote, but that was my fault. That won't happen again, and I hope you don't let it happen to you either, because this is a really important election, and they're going to do everything in their powers to make sure that that they still vote. So we don't want that to happen. So vote early. So if there's any crazy discrepancies, you have time to correct those and get your vote count. All right, all right.
And so to prevent that, the website is mvp.sos.ga.gov. Again, that's mvp.sos.ga.gov. And so that's where you can go to check your registration, check your precinct, where to vote, check to see who will be on your ballot. You can see sample ballots and all that. That's where you go to stay up to date with your registration here in the state of Georgia. And as we continue to talk about all things state of Georgia, have you heard about the Georgia school superintendent and overturning the African American Studies of AP? Saying that that state wasn't going to pay for it anymore, and so
I did hear about that.
So that's been a uproar for the past couple of weeks. Probably next couple of days we might get someone on to talk about it more intelligently. But yeah, African American Studies. I did see that the state does offer or pays for European studies. And so just to find it interesting that anything associated with African American tend to be removed. I remember years ago, it was a big uproar which never took place in our public schools, but critical race theory, that was a big uproar. And that's a college course, and it was never taught in any public school in the state of Georgia. But yet it was a rally cry for some during the 2020 election. So uh, I just found it interesting. American Black history is American history, just like
Yeah.
everybody, Asian American, Hispanic American, white American, all of that is American history.
Right.
So we should be able to discuss our history without it being, perceived as something other than what it is. And I guess to wrap up politic talk, our our Georgia own president, Jimmy Carter, his birthday is coming up. His 100th birthday. He'll be turning 100
Wow.
and pretty soon. And he's saying that he's trying to hold out because he wants to cast a vote for a woman president, VP Harris. That's his hope. As President Carter is a Democrat as well as VP Harris, and so I guess you can say in a nutshell he's endorsed her because that's who he say he wants to vote for, and he wants to live long enough to see that come into fruition. So his birthday is in October, I believe. Trying to pull up the story.
It's February.
No, yeah, because he's 99 now, and his birthday is coming up soon. And so Jimmy Carter, man, that's a strong man. The man been in hospice for over a year now. You know, we all thought that, they announced last year, I want to say last year in April, that he was going to hospice. We was preparing, to say our final goodbyes to President Carter, and
October 1st.
and then Mrs. Carter passed away, and then he's still holding on. So his birthday is October 1st, and so man, can you imagine 100?
Can you imagine all the stuff he's seen?
I mean, he saw the first Black president.
Right.
He saw assassination
Assassination
attempts. Yeah, I mean, he's seen it all. 100 years. What was that? 1924.
1924.
Gas was probably a nickel.
Right.
He's seen it all. So a peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia.
Plains,
I
Georgia.
mean, he probably one of the most humblest presidents we've ever had with the most humblest beginnings. So
Yeah.
it's about time to go to commercial. Huh?
We're gonna go to a commercial. We're gonna come back and we're gonna jump into some local news so you guys can find out more of what's going on in and around Georgia. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, and
Derek J. Wilson. Man, that was quick.
And I know, right? And it's so funny, right? Because we were trying to figure out like how long to tell people to run their commercials. And I said to Derek, oh, maybe we can do 60 seconds, maybe we can do 30 seconds. So that was a 30-second commercial, and it literally just went right by really quick. So it's funny because we always like looking at news clips and everything. Listen, y'all, this is our first foray, especially doing it this way. I personally like virtual. Derek wanted to be in the studio. And I'm like, okay, because I have a better, I've been doing it for so long virtually. And we're still trying to get it together. Just stick with us, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, Facebook channel, subscribe, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Twitter. For some reason, Twitter said I needed a premium account. That must be something else Elon and put out there for us.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say, whatever. I don't care if I don't have to add up. I don't stream to Twitter. It doesn't matter to me. But Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And if you have news that you want to share with us, if you're somewhere in Georgia, if you want to share your news with us, we do have some partners coming on outside of Georgia, because one of our goals is to be able to bring opportunities from outside of Georgia and on the business perspective. So we got some partners coming on to do bring news outside of Georgia, how to do business outside of Georgia, and I'm excited about that. Speaking of doing business outside of Georgia, let's talk about some business inside of Georgia. If you are a woman located in the Gwinnett County metro area, please be sure to go to GwinnettWomen'sChamber.com to find out more about what we do and how we can support you in your business.
And if you are a woman or any
Hey, don't step on my toes.
if you are a human, please visit mygecc.org, Greater Eastside Chamber of Commerce. We represent parts of Gwinnett County, DeKalb County, Newton County, and Rockdale County. We support small businesses. Our tagline is where small business is big business. Also, reaching out to other chambers in the state of Georgia. Reach out to us. We would love to partner with you guys and spotlight some of your members. You know, I know like you have the Atlanta Black Chamber of Commerce. You have the Savannah has chambers. Augusta. Does Albany has a chamber?
Yes, Albany has a chamber.
Yeah, we need to reach out to Albany and Valdosta and Columbus and LaGrange.
Americas and Brainbridge.
All of them.
St. Simon.
All of them. Get on here so we can spotlight your members, and as because I told Audrey I will be traveling throughout the state, and you never know, I might be broadcasting live. This storm came too early, but the next time I might be like Gerardo out there in the wind blowing.
Gerardo.
Because that's the one I remember with his mustache flying in the air and everything. I might be the one out there, broadcasting live, in the storms, but just telling the stories of Georgians all across the state. You're in Henry County, name some counties.
Clayton County, Henry County, Doherty County, Walton County, Hall County.
All the
counties.
Yeah. So
now that's gonna be Derek out there. I'm gonna probably be on location too, but it's gonna be at a business event somewhere inside the building, outside of the rain and the bad weather. I'm not gonna be out there in the bad weather.
Put my boots on, go to the farm, let the out. Reach out to our offices, and they will, make the arrangement, schedule it, and discuss what it would take to get, me to come on site and interview and tell your story. There's so many great stories throughout the state of Georgia, triumph and tribulations, and just so many great stories that we would love to broadcast.
Yeah, I'll be doing the stories inside. I'll be telling the great stories on inside. Speaking of great stories on inside, the Great Days of Service Weekend need support. They need you. This is from Gwinnett County. They need volunteers for this event. So you can apply today by going to volunteergwinnett.net, volunteergwinnett.net. They need you to come out and support them. It's called Great Days of Service Weekend, and they need service project ideas. They want you to submit your application today and be a part of an inspiring movement that unites thousands of volunteers, nonprofit organizations, and civic groups while meeting the community needs. So for more information about that, go to volunteergwinnett.net, volunteergwinnett.net. Also, if you're interested in Ride Gwinnett, you want to know about the transit plan that's coming up. It's going to be on the ballot this year. That referendum is going to be on the ballot, and you can cast your ballot. But if you want to know, more about that and how it is going to affect you, I know a lot of people really feel like, that if bringing mass transit to Gwinnett County is going to change the way we live, but it's really not going to change. It's going to help a lot of people who don't actually have transportation. It's also going to be able to improve the fact that more jobs are coming, and you want to put more people to work, but a lot of times people can't get to work. So the transit plan is here to help alleviate that problem by being a solution to the problem. If you want to know more about the transit plan, the rapid transit plan, go to GwinnettCounty.com/your-ride. 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 Somebody asked me why I say it 3 times, because it takes 3 times for people to really lock in on what you're saying, especially me, because I talk fast and I try not to. But if it's that Jersey thing, right?
Fast talk.
Listen, I'm a Georgia peach originally, but by way of Jersey, shout out to all my friends and family in Jersey. Rough Riders for life. Yes, that was us.
You know my DMX?
He was a rough rider. I'm a rough rider. I don't know. Yeah, he probably was a rough rider. Let me tell you a quick story. Can I tell a quick story?
Go ahead.
All right. So I went to college, right? And I went to college. I'm a smart girl in college because some people call me a little bit smart. I go to college and I get on suspension for like playing spades and eating sunflower seeds for a whole semester.
Mhm.
And my mom said, that's because all y'all rough riders went to the same school. That's what she said,
Yeah,
which is true because all my friends went with me.
yeah. Now you can't go to. Well, you gotta have a level of discipline to go to school with a whole bunch of friends
Yeah, I didn't have any.
and focus.
I didn't have any. I lost it all when I got to college. But anyway, yeah, Rough Riders for Life, baby. There's a nonprofit capacity building grant that's out right now. So if you're interested in that, grow your impact in Gwinnett County and apply for the nonprofit capacity building grant now through August the 30th. The deadline is August the 30th, so you don't want to miss that deadline. The objective is to increase effectiveness and strength in our to local nonprofits. So if you are a nonprofit county and you service like you're homeless, you do food drives and things like that. It's not for all nonprofits. So let me just say that because we're a nonprofit, but it's not for us because we don't service the homeless and we don't do food drives and things like that. But if you are one of those nonprofits and you want to find out more about this grant is available, but the application deadline is August the 30th. So be sure to go to the website, GwinnettCounty.com/nonprofit grant. The deadline is August the 30th. GwinnettCounty.com/nonprofit grant. Check it out. And if you have to be a nonprofit that serves a certain population, don't just go there trying to apply and wasting people's time and your time too. Because if you don't qualify for the criteria, you're wasting time. All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, that's it with Gwinnett County.
Yeah. Listen, I got to shout out where I stay at.
Now I do want to piggyback on the transit. You know, I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I grew up with mass transit. You know, at least local transit throughout the area. And so I remember talking to Audrey about the event coming up, and it was saying $5 parking. I was like, I can't just ride a bus there. And she's like, nope, not yet. So you know, it's not just low income or poor or middle class people that ride these mass transits. When I used to fresh out of college, I used to work at a law firm downtown Houston, big law firm. Actually, the law firm that I used to work with was connected to President Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt. That's how long they've been in business. But anyway, uh, I found myself I used to do park and ride, and I kid you not, the one of the managing partners, big time millionaire, was sitting on that bus with me, had his laptop out and was working. Well, back then it was Blackberries. Had his Blackberry out and he was working it, and I was just impressed to see a guy his stature riding the bus. And he's like, "Yeah, I'd rather sit and let someone else drive than sit in this traffic." And the same thing with this traffic here in the Metro Atlanta region is absurd. If I can sit on a bus for an hour and a half and then I can still get some work done, I can still respond to emails and text messages, then I think that's the best thing to happen. So if you live in Gwinnett County and you do not live anywhere near the current transit system, please go out and check that out. And again, vote for your interests. If you know you have a teenager or soon to be teenager that you're not sure that you want them on the road as driver. So now you at work, your husband at work, or your spouse is at work, you know, but they want to go to work, or they in dance, or they in cheer, or in basketball. You know, Lyft is expensive. I know, I pay for it. So Lyft is expensive. So just check that out. But anyway,
Wait, I got one more thing. The Atlanta Regional Commission, ARC, they need your help. They're updating their regional public participation plan to ensure that the transportation is reflects everybody in the region. So the Atlanta Regional Commission, it needs your help. They're gonna have some virtual town halls and they want you to come out and give your input. It's virtual. It's virtual. All you gotta do is sign up from your phone. If you're watching us right now, you can watch the Atlanta Regional Commission and what they're in and put your input there. So for more information about that, go to the ARC's website, AtlantaRegionalCommission.com for more information. They want your input. It's important. If you want to talk about what you need, this is the opportunity for you to do that. All right, go ahead.
all right. Now, if you are into quilts, you know that's normal people in your Carrollton
Nothing
out
against
there.
quilters. Nothing against quilters. Go ahead.
Out there in Carrollton, a burst of color, traditional patterns, modern fact. They're having a textile tale show in Carrollton. It starts tomorrow, August 6th, and it goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check it out. It's called a burst of color and textile tales, quilt and textiles exhibit. That's in Carrollton. A little acorns in the Avalon, I believe that's in Alpharetta. Yep. Little acorns, it should be called. Learning the fun of Avalon's bi-weekly Little Acorns featuring a variety of interactive activities. Bring your preschool age tots for playtime in the plaza on Tuesdays bi-weekly, April through October. So we have another 2 months from August, September, October. And what else is going on? Sugar Hill Farmers Market that's happening June 4th through October 1st, every Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's in Sugar Hill, Cherokee County, from the clay, the story of Cherokee County's world-renowned pottery industry. That's August 7th through October 27th. Check that out. And I think we covered most of the region. Let me see what we got. You got anything down south?
I got something in Lilburn real quick.
That's still Gwinnett, but
Well, I'm sorry, but Lilburn is part of Georgia. Listen, he always tried to listen. Lilburn National Night Out. Mark your calendar. This coming August the 6th, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Lilburn City Park, 76 Main Street South, Main Street, Lilburn, Georgia. So if you want to come out to Lilburn National Night, I think that's most of them have a national night out that same
I
night.
heard one on radio in
Yeah.
Roswell, I believe.
Roswell.
So I think
There you
all
go.
police stations,
Have the national night out.
several police stations. in the
Yeah.
state.
So that's where you get out. You get to talk to your law enforcement officers on August the 6th, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. They're going to be at Lilburn City Park, 76 Main Street in Lilburn, National Night Out. So mark your calendar so you don't forget that.
I found Tropical Sundays at Jekyll's Wheel. Uh, that's in Jekyll Island. Those who know the South of Georgia. If depending on how bad this hurricane comes in, they may have to postpone it, but it's every Sunday. So they had one yesterday, but the 11th, 18th, and 25th. Join us every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. all summer long at Jekyll's Wheels for our thrilling events, Tropical Sundays. Dive into a lively audience as we deliver tropical tunes, amazing getaways, and revitalized coconut water. Wow. Don't let the chance slip by to indulge in the ultimate summer escapade packed with fun and tropical vibe. So check that out if you're ever down there in South Georgia, Jekyll Island. I've never been there. I've been to St. Simons, but I've never been to Jekyll.
So Jekyll is the other one, right? I went to one of them for my anniversary one year. It was in June, and it was one road in and one road out, and it was water on either side. So anybody that knows me know I'm definitely afraid of water. And it was a storm, and it was so bad it looked like the clouds were touching the ground. And we're driving on this path, and I'm telling my husband, hurry up, hurry up, because it just looked like something's gonna happen and the waters will come up on the road. Listen, I was 1994. I was living in Jersey, but we went home to Albany for the 4th of July. And when we went home, that was the flood. My daughter was 3 years old. I had never seen so much water in my life on the regular road. And we were stuck there for about a week and a half because everything was flooded. So I have this very strong fear of water. So we're driving down this highway and we're coming off the island, and it's just water on this side, water on this side, and the clouds are coming. I was like, oh, and I'm telling them, drive faster, drive faster. You're gonna get a ticket. But I would have had to explain to the police officers like what was wrong with me, because I was really having like a really bad time. So, but yeah, it's beautiful over there though. When I went there, I thought it was really nice. Do this thing.
All right.
Listen. God, so I'm over here looking at news, right? And hit the listen, y'all gotta bear with us. If you looked at our website, at the very bottom of the website, there's a picture of Derek and I. And it said, we're not always serious, don't hold it against us. Don't hold us against us. This is our first time. This is our first time doing it this way, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Down in Albany, Georgia, if you want to take some computer classes, they have computer classes coming up starting today, as a matter of fact. So basic computers is today. Microsoft Word is tomorrow. You got Excel on the 8th. You got selling on eBay, which I thought this was pretty cool, on August the 12th. You also have tutor.com happening on August the 15th. You got basics again, and then selling on eBay again. Let me just say this real quick. For those of you who are out there right now, there are so many wonderful opportunities out there for you to start a business online. It's a lot of stuff out there. It's a lot of content out there. And I know that some people want to start a side hustle, but they don't know what to do. When you see these free classes, take the free classes just to get your feet wet so you'll understand. Now, if you want more intricate classes, you want to learn more specific things, you can do that as well. Anything you could possibly think of right now, you can start. We were talking about this the other day. Like there has never been a time better than now to start a side hustle. And here's the thing: I know some people think they have job security. We all thought that back in 2020, right? We all thought that this would never happen to us, and it could happen to us. Some of my family and friends call me a doomsday prepper. I'm not. I'm a prepared prepper, because you never know what's going to happen. The one thing that the pandemic has taught me is that you need to be prepared, because when you are ready, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right? So put yourself in a position, to have a side hustle on the side. And I know you got the kids, you got the family, you got church, you got all these things. But here's the thing: when the pandemic happened, we had none of that. None of those things became important. We were locked in our houses with nothing but the television and the internet. There may come a day we don't have those. It was funny because I had this vision of us not having internet. And I was like, what are you gonna do? Now I have a library full of books. I'll be fine for at least 2 years. What about you?
I guess you can only sleep so much, huh?
That's right.
So much drawing.
Yeah, doodling, something, but you want to be prepared. So take advantage of these classes when you see them, because this is an opportunity for you to learn something new and to put yourself in a better position than you are right now. And I'm not saying you're in a bad position, but I'm just saying that this is an opportunity for you to learn something new, position yourself for anything that comes up. All right. All right, so again in Albany, Georgia, there's a self-care Sunday at the Galleria Room. Self-care Sunday is going to be happening August the 11th, this coming Sunday, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Self-guided coloring, wine and glass painting. That sounds nice. Henna designs. You ever seen henna? I've seen henna, but
that's that. Yeah.
On their hand, yeah. Self-guided painting. So if you want to paint, guided candle making, that's a side hustle. That sounds like fun, but that's also a side hustle, right?
Like ghosts.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that speaking of elections, voting for alcohol sales on Sunday is on the ballot in Albany. Okay. Let me just say this, right? And I was like, this happened last year. Not was it last year? Year before last. They made it okay to sell alcohol inside of Dollar General, I think, or Dollar Tree. One of the dollar stores. Like, who wants to go to the dollar store and buy alcohol?
The alcoholics.
Yeah. But I was like, why? That's not something that you need to do. But anyway,
now it's cheaper.
They on the ballot in Albany. It's on the ballot in November. You can vote whether or not you want to sell alcohol on Sunday. So listen, you better try to load up on Saturday if that's what you do.
I believe that's a trend that's coming across the state. I think several other cities and counties had alcohol propositions on their ballot within the last couple of cycles regarding Sunday sales. Because Sunday used to be dry.
Yes.
Yeah. So
not now, they're trying to make it dry again. Also mark your calendar for Albany. They have their upcoming Southwest Georgia Business Resource Expo is coming up on August the 27th. It's gonna
sound like fun.
22nd. Yeah.
I need to go down.
Okay, he's gonna be on location in Albany. We'll be broadcasting live from the Southwest Georgia Business Resource Expo with Derek J. Wilson. I'll be in the studio. But anyway, it's going to have access to capital and networking opportunities. So put that on your calendar. It's the 3rd annual Southwest Georgia Business Resource Expo, August 22nd, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can find out more about procurement, business plan assistance, marketing, workforce development, access to capital, credit coaching, and financial coaching. So make sure to mark your calendar for that, okay?
Yep, all the stuff that that business owners that's they so deep in the weeds that they don't realize that they need that. That's information that you need.
Yeah.
So check that out. So as we I mean, I don't know if this falls under tech or business, but as you know, Georgia is the headquarters for Delta, and that CrowdStrike. I mean, so this is a tech slash business conversation. CrowdStrike rejects Delta Airlines claim over flight. So, what was it? 3 weeks now? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2.5 weeks ago? It was a Friday, where the CrowdStrike had a glitch. I'm a little concerned about all these glitches. Several months ago, AT&T had a glitch, and then we found out that was a data breach. And then so, all these other have glitches. But anyway, Microsoft CrowdStrike had a glitch that, if I'm not mistaken, it grounded just about every airline in the world. Huh?
Call me a doomsday prepper if you want to. Those are not glitches. Those are hacks. Someone is hacking into all these things. And see, here's the thing: what people don't understand. They're seeing how we react.
Yeah.
Right? They're seeing what they can get away with and how we react. They took down our cell phones. I was on 85. You never want to be on 85 without your phone. The phone goes dead. I can't call a soul, right? Because I'm sitting on 85.
I was stuck at the house. I had to stay on Wi-Fi.
Right. I'm like, what's wrong with my phone? So that was them. They want to see how we reacted. There's some very, very smart people out there. I'm talking about really smart. And they can get past anything, as you can see. Now, just imagine how horrible and horrific that would have been if we had planes in the air. And I'm almost believing we did. Nobody's talking about it because you don't want to scare.
It didn't affect the planes in the air, but I do find it interesting that they end up grounding. I think the last time flights were grounded I know in the country it was 9/11.
Wow. Yeah.
And so CrowdStrike on Sunday rejected a claim by Delta Airlines that it should be blamed for flight disruptions following a July 19 global outage that's sparked by a faulty update. So yeah, basically, Delta sued them. Hey, you guys caused us to have these issues. So uh, they say it cost the airline $500 million, and so this is going to be a battle to watch.
It's going to be a battle to watch. But here's the other thing too. That's why cybersecurity is so important.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, if you have not thought about if you ever thought about a career in tech, look into cybersecurity. It sounds very intimidating, y'all. But when you realize that you become what's called an ethical hacker, which means you learn how to hack for real, right? They want you to stay ethical.
Right.
That's a problem. They want you to stay ethical, but some people take that and they learn how to do it and they become unethical. However, we need ethical hackers because we need to make sure that things like this are averted before they happen. And the way to do that is to have ethical hackers. Now, go check out cybersecurity. There are a lot of training programs out there. As a matter of fact, it's one called ICS Squared. Check them out. They offer free training. You can learn how to become a cybersecurity professional. Georgia Gwinnett College, I think, has cybersecurity. I'm sure it's all over the place. Now, it is an elite position. I was told that it's a very elite position. There are 3.2 million jobs available, but they are very, 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 very prejudiced in how they hire. Let me just say that. I think it's prejudice because they told me you have to be a part of this little circle. I'm like, how do we? You got 3.2 million jobs available, and you got people stopping planes. And come on, stop it. We need people. We got to know somebody. I know somebody.
I know somebody too.
Yeah, we know people.
Yeah, I know. I guess he's an ethical hacker, or I know he's in computer science. I want to say he has a PhD in computer science.
Yeah.
Real good guy. Can't remember his name because it's foreign.
Hmm.
But he's a real good guy. Know his wife, know his kids. They're great. They just moved to New York. If you're watching, hey. But they did stay here in Georgia for a long time. So as we move forward,
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. You know her? Rhonda Dora?
I know Frank. Hey, Frank.
No, Frank. Oh.
Good morning. Good morning from Georgia.
Okay.
So Frank is in California.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's like 60. Well, thank you for waking up to join us from California, all the way out in California. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. In a minute we will be, well, I guess we can't do that because that's already taken.
What?
Good morning, the other one.
Yeah.
No free advertising over here. But yeah, I think that's going to be that that lawsuit between Delta and CrowdStrike, that's going to set a precedence because well, we already know if Delta wins, that's going to open the door for all the other
Yeah,
airlines.
yeah,
Delta had to cancel more than 6,000 flights over a 6-day period and impacted more than 500,000 passengers. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. But that's a $500 million claim. Even if CrowdStrike settles, that's going to be a problem for them because that's going to open the door for all other airlines. This was a global, so CrowdStrike could possibly be bankrupt by the end of this.
yeah.
And then will it trickle over to Microsoft?
Well, they probably got some kind of liability insurance and stuff like this. It's almost like malpractice. It's kind of like being a doctor. When you're in a position like this in tech, it's almost like being a doctor. You got to have some kind of malpractice because you're playing with financial institutions. You're playing with with airlines. So you got to have some type of malpractice
Cybersecurity insurance.
insurance. But there is some.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Hope
probably
have it.
smart companies should, right? Because you never know when things like this are going to happen.
Yeah, that's a big one. So that was a headline over the weekend. Any other business tech headlines you?
Well, open AI. Yeah, I know I love AI, but it's scary. Now they have a robot out, and I, I talk about these things and I talk about them because it's a need to know kind of thing. Um, if you have not touched AI, I think you should take a minute to just go to OpenAI or go to Google and Google Gemini. So Gemini is Google's platform for AI. OpenAI does Chat GPT. Um, Amazon has Claude. Microsoft has Claude. It was on, so Amazon bought Claude from Anthropic. They became
like an old man.
Listen, you got Gemini, you got ChatGPT, you got Claude, you got Copilot, you got all these different things. That's Microsoft. But you want to learn how to use these technologies. You need to know how to understand them. If you have an Amazon Alexa speaker in your house, that's AI. And it listens to you. If you have a cell phone and Siri starts talking to you, it's AI. If you ask it a question, it's AI. But it's going to get deeper than that. Right now, they're working on making AI have emotions. Now, that's going to still be a little hard.
I don't like that. We see all these movies. These movies are not, these movies ain't make believe. They may seem like make believe, but they not. Our robot is real. AI is real.
It's real.
And all these movies. So I still do not have an Amazon, Alexa, Echo, any of that in my house because I think that's a little bit much. But I mean,
but there are tools.
You have a phone.
You have a phone, but there are tools as well. I want to say this. I was watching a young lady over the weekend, and she had a company, and she had an assistant, and her assistant mostly answered her customer service questions, but she had an issue with that because what would happen is it took her 24 hours to get back to the customer, and she's like that was an issue for her. She needed a quicker turnaround. When she built a smart bot, right? And program it the way she needed to have it programmed. And she said up until that point, she didn't realize when they said AI was going to take jobs, she didn't realize, like she felt like, no, it's not going to happen. The AI replaced her assistant. She said she felt so bad, but she was paying the assistant $1,000 a month, and she paid $60 for the AI.
Well,
she paid $60 for the AI. Speaking of that, if you look at these smart forklift drivers, they're AI. There's no forklift. They go, they place the pallets down, they pull out, they back up, they go back. Those are going to be jobs that are going to be replaced. Now, the flip side to that is somebody still needs to know how to manage those. They don't need a whole bunch of y'all to manage them, but they're going to need somebody. So look into these career options right now, why they're not so readily available, but they will be. Because when you think of jobs like customer service, people hate customer service. I worked in customer service for 2 years. I quit. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take people yelling at me all day, every day. I was like, I can't do this. Well, pretty soon you won't have to because there's going to be an AI for that.
Well, I mean, I don't like the automatic,
You don't.
I don't. I mean, we know which is a catch-22 because you're right. People do, they get a human, then they talk to the human
like trash.
Like trash. But then, press one, and they hate the automated. And so I think what's going to happen is we're going to become more appreciative of the human when we get
Well, we've been having press one for a long time.
Yeah.
And people don't appreciate the human when they get the human. You know, I want to speak to a human, and you get a human on the phone, and you want to kick their backs in, and they're just trying to help you. 9 times out of 10, it's something you didn't read. That's the real problem. That's the real problem. You didn't install it correctly because you didn't read the directions.
It's you.
It's you. It's not them. But speaking of business, we have a business over breakfast meeting coming up this coming Friday. If you are in the Gwinnett metro area, we meet every second Friday of the month at Peachtree Cafe, downtown Lawrenceville, located at 30 South Clayton Street. We have breakfast over business. Breakfast is optional, but business is a plus. And if you come in there, we're going to be talking business. We're going to mastermind. If you got a question about your business, please feel free to join us. And it's free to attend. I will tell you, it gets very, very, very crowded. So get there on time. We start at 8 o'clock. Otherwise, you're gonna be standing against the door with your back against the wall.
Yep. And the food is delicious.
The food is delicious. Shout out to Peachtree Cafe, and they are not sponsoring this episode, which they really should be. Speaking of sponsoring, if you would like to sponsor an episode, please go to goodmorninggeorgia.org and find out more information on how to sponsor an episode. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. All right.
We got a lot of okay. Can't wait to hear how the AI generated customer service rep will handle being cussed out.
Well, you know how Siri is. No, don't say that. Now that's not nice. I'm just trying to help you.
Right. They gonna curse back. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, if we're building them to have emotions,
yes,
they're going to eventually it's gonna get to a point where you're not gonna even know who you're on the phone with.
You really aren't. Like it's to that point right now. They have smart AI right now that will call your clients for you. So one called my uncle, right? And so he's yelling, what do you want? And she just, I understand what you're saying. And she's talking to him. And I said to him, that's a recording. Yeah. Because she's, it kind of pauses in between like sentences, right? If you say hello, it goes, hello, this is David. Yesterday. Hi, David. Nice to meet you. My name is such and such. And then they'll pause because they know the next answer you're going to give. So it looks like you're having a conversation with the person. So I'm in my office and I hear him talking and he's trying to talk over her and she's steady going. And I said to him, you're talking to a recording.
Right.
But he didn't know because she sounds so real. I knew it, but he didn't know it. So you don't know. And you think you're talking to somebody and it's answering you back. You think it's answering you back, but they already know the answers you're going to get because the AI has been trained on those things. Like there are people who have jobs and their job is to train the AI on everything we do. That's their job. They work remotely and they train AI for companies.
Yeah. It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy. All right, we're gonna go to a commercial. We'll be right back after this commercial to wrap it up. So stay tuned.
Why do 70% of aspiring authors never publish their work? Because they don't have Bookpreneur. Whether you're dreaming of publishing your memoir, a children's book, or the next great novel, Bookpreneur is your go-to source. Our weekly newsletter and video show offer step-by-step guidance and insider tips to help you navigate the publishing world. Don't let your masterpiece stay hidden. Join the Bookpreneur community today and start turning pages into profit. Subscribe now at www.bookpreneur.com.
Welcome back.
Well, as we wrap up and talk about sports, now the last week and a half, I believe, has been the Paris 2024 Olympics. I love Summer Olympics. I mean, I love the swim, I love the basketball, I love track and field. What I don't love right now is U.S. is not winning in the gold category. Now we do. Now, question is because we do have the most medals. Period. Mm-hmm. When combined of gold, silver, and bronze. But my question is, does that matter as much as not having the most golds? China currently has the most gold medals at 21. And the U.S. is second with 19. That's not bad. We're not too far behind.
No, we're number two. Number one.
Now, every other category, we're rocking it. We have 28 silvers. The next is 17. We have 27 bronze. The next is 14. So the total amount of medals we have is 74 medals, and the second place is 52. But I just can't get over the fact that I feel like this is the first time in a long time that we're not leading in golds.
I don't know. I didn't see the whole Olympics. What I did see, Jamaica smoked us. Jamaica smoked everybody in the track and field. The young lady, I said she was running her heart out.
Jamaica, St. Lucia. But I tell people, well, I was talking to my family last night. I was saying, a lot of these uh, track and field athletes, a lot of athletes, period. They train and they live here. They live here in the U.S. And I find it interesting, so they train with some of the people that they're running against in the Olympics. And then they go run, they represent they nationality. Then they beat us, and then they come back here, and they live it here. And I just wonder, like, should we feel some type of way about people training here to beat us? But those be some good races, though. I mean, whether they, look, of course we want U.S. to win them all, but I just love seeing good track races. I love seeing good basketball. They say this is the first time in so the dream team, the 1992 basketball team, when they played in the Olympics, I think they said it was a total of what 31 some odd NBA players at that time, maybe.
Wow.
And now it's more than triple that. The NBA, the NBA and the WNBA has over 100 some odd representatives playing in the Olympics.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so, the US team back in '90s, they were, blowing people out 30, 40 points.
Yeah.
But so many of these teams now have NBA stars, not just NBA players, stars. Like, I found myself watching Greece the other day just because I'm watching, what's his name? Giannis. Giannis playing. I'm like, oh, man, he cutting up. I mean, France got it. They have old buddy from San Antonio Spurs. He's on there. And they have Gobert. It's so many teams, so many players. I mean, he didn't make it, but the guy from Dallas, oh man, I can't think his name, but the guy from Dallas, he from Slovenia. They didn't make it to the because they lost in the quarterfinals. But it's just so many superstars that are not just on the U.S. team in the Olympics. We have Simone Biles. She's the most decorated gymnastic gymnast.
Shout out to her, baby. She rocked it.
Yeah. And then Suni Lee, she had a tough challenge. She had to go against Simone. So Simone got gold in the finals, and Suni got bronze. But Suni got gold in the last finals, in the last Olympic. I think it was Tokyo. So we got that. We got Katie Ledecky. She's the most decorated female swimmer. US on the US team. I gotta go back and watch it. She's the little kid that Michael Jordan was playing peekaboo with in the Last Dance. At the beginning of the Last Dance, the
Wow.
little kid. Yeah,
Look at that.
it's amazing.
That's
And
a
then
butterfly effect.
to see how old LeBron James is, there's a picture with LeBron James and I want to say, is it Katie? Is it Katie again? It's one of those athletes where she was 11 and he was 17. They took a picture together, and then they took a picture again at the Olympics.
Wow.
Like he was already at 17. He was already destined to be an NBA player and star. But her at 11, like who would have thought that years later they both would
But that's that butterfly effect and that full circle. Like you never know who's gonna come in and really, touch your life in such a way. But
Right.
I mean, you gotta put it out there. Put that. Hey, I gotta talk about this real quick. I went to a fight night Friday night. Was it Friday night, Saturday night?
Who fought?
I can't remember the main event because I didn't stay, but I do remember this one fight. Pitbull Cruz. So he came out, y'all. He had a pit bull muzzle on. I was like, he's a little short little guy too, right? But he was like the champion, and he was fighting this guy named Valenzuela, and you could tell that Valenzuela was like really like calm and like he probably had been meditating or something. Well, he won that fight, and I could just see when they were calling out like one was a split decision and one he won one or something. It was crazy because I knew he was going to win. Pitbull was the favorite. He was the favorite to win, but he did not win. And the first fight I saw, I can't remember the guy. His name was Big Baby Mitchell, and he fought. God, I forgot who he fought, but they had a draw. I knew that was going to be a draw. So before they even called the fight, I was like, that's going to be a draw right there. Sure enough, they called the draw, but I knew it because he had the first 4 rounds, he was bad. And then the second 4 rounds, he was good. And then they had these two in the middle. So normally when you look at a fight, the judges, they have the final decision. So you see what the people think is going to happen. But when I looked at the fight, because I was watching it, I was like, that's going to be a draw. And when I looked at the second fight with Pitbull Cruz and Valenzuela, that I knew Valenzuela was going to win. But he was landing some blows, but he was taking some blows too. So he managed to stay up. So that was pretty cool. I'm gonna give a shout out to Snoop. I think Snoop did a good job at the Olympics.
Man, Snoop
Did a good job at the Olympics.
You know, it's still going on. Snoop is everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know,
we need Snoop agent. Hey, Snoop agent, shout out over to Good Morning Georgia. We need you.
Come on over. Talk about your Olympic experience.
No. We need the agent, Derek, so we can be everywhere like Snoop.
Well, yeah.
They get Snoop paid.
He is like he become the face of the fans for Team USA. He's everywhere. His energy is high. No pun intended. He he hanging out with Martha Stewart. I love how he dressed up for the horse event. So that was great. But yeah, I mean, could you have imagined in '95 Snoop in 2024?
No.
Or '93?
No.
Like, could you have imagined?
Awesome.
It makes you wonder if Tupac would have lasted that long, or Biggie. Would they have adjusted and adapted to?
I don't know about Biggie, but Tupac was really smart. So I can see him being a very astute businessman. Like I could see him really doing great things. But I could also see him doing great things just for the community at large. I saw an interview with him one time, and he was talking about why you got to live in these big old houses when people are homeless. And I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Well, they say Warren Buffett still lives in a house that he bought 20, 30 some odd years ago.
Because he can still live in it. I feel like that about cars sometimes. I'm like, why do I need to pay $185,000 for a car?
Cars break down. House, as long as you keep it up.
But I've seen some cars that are about older than you are, and they're still.
What, 21?
Yeah, 21. First thing that goes is your memory. Listen, be sure to check out Friday Night Lights. There's a high school somewhere near you here in Georgia, and it's going to be Friday Night Lights. They want you to come out to support. You know why? Because the money that you pay for those tickets support their program. Yes. So go out and support the Friday Night Lights, Thursday night, whatever you got going on. I'll be at Southwest DeKalb on Thursday night to support my brother, Coach Bell, who is the coach for Southwest DeKalb High School. And Friday night, I'll be at Grayson to support my nephew who plays for Grayson. He's a cornerback, Jalen Bell. Shout out to Jalen Bell. Doing big things out there in the street. Jalen is a mess. So my nephew Trey Bell, coach for West Virginia. He's a college coach, and he's a college coach. He just came back from Pittsburgh. Okay. Pittsburgh keep bringing him over there, and they keep training him. I feel like at the end of the day, he's gonna be a Pittsburgh Steelers coach, which is nice because my husband is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Speaking of that, fantasy football. I'm learning fantasy football.
I haven't gotten into it.
I'm about to get into it. I'm about to get into fantasy football because. I'll let you know. Every year I have to make my husband like his team. So he got one called the Killer Bees. He got 3 teams: the Killer Bees, the Rock Boys, and I forgot the other one. So last year I made him these very cute graphics for his team, Rock Boys and Killer Bees with AI. Yeah, I know I love AI. So he got the best team graphics of everybody.
Nobody wants a cute killer bee.
It wasn't cute though. It was a killer bee. Like it looked like a killer bee, but I was like, that's really nice. But I'm about to get into fantasy football. So y'all be hearing me talk about fantasy football along with the NFL, along with high school football and some college football because I gotta follow my baby. He's at West Virginia. He's doing his thing down there. And I'm following all that stuff. And now listen, if you want to hear it, tune into the show.
Yeah, football season. Baseball is I guess getting to mid-season because they wrap up around October. But if you are into the Olympics, here's the schedule for today. You got badminton, you got diving, you have shooting, and they're not talking about not pool, but shooting.
What is shooting?
Bang bang with a gun.
Oh, okay. Okay, bang bang.
Bang bang. You have table tennis. You have wrestling. That's gonna be throughout most of the morning. It looks like it passed. Water polo. Then you got canoe. I mean, look at that canoe, whatever that is. Kayaking, women kayaking quarterfinals. You have sailing, you have men kayaking quarterfinals. And then that's it for today. No, you got beach volleyball. Look now. Moving on.
Maria is watching.
You got beach volleyball. I mean, well, so
That's Derek White, y'all. She watching, so choose your words carefully.
So look, I would tell her the men play at 11 and the women are not too far after. So you go watch your beach volleyball, I go watch mine.
Are you really watching the ball though?
You got cycling, you got some more volleyball, you got so the interesting thing, I don't know if this is new, but they have 3-on-3 basketball as an Olympic sport. I think that's pretty cool.
It is. It gives other people.
Yeah.
Are those people from the NBA?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's nice.
Nice. You know,
Some dreams.
Yeah, some could be retired
That's nice.
NBA players. But think about that though, because you know Ice Cube has his own 3-on-3 league.
Yeah.
You can, if he can link up with the Olympics, you can basically be a professional 3-on-3 player and go to the Olympics, get a gold medal.
That's true.
So that's
nice.
pretty cool.
It is cool.
You got hockey. Then they have men and women 3-on-3 basketball. So that's
nice.
That's cool. You got hockey coming up. They say football, but football is soccer. So they have soccer coming up today. They have a lot of stuff on the on the schedule. You know, surfing is now an Olympic sport.
Wow.
Yeah, surfing. You know, one of the big things that they've been talking about on TV and the radio.
So how they do surfing if the weather's bad?
I mean, I don't know. Surfing is outside sport, so you know, weather needs to be a little choppy so the waves can be, you know, out there.
Yeah.
So don't get me like I don't know, but
pass.
And then you know, table tennis. Table tennis has been a hot topic because the NBA players been loving it. They've been Ant-Man is
he playing? He playing?
No, he's not playing.
No.
But he you know he's been checking it out. He said he can play a little bit, and one of the comments was saying they love how they using the different celebrities. Flavor Flav. Is that Flavor Flav? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he sponsored the synchronized women team, the U.S. synchronized women team.
Listen, we need job managers, Flavor and Snoop. We need
listen,
Flavor's still relevant. I didn't even know. I thought after what was that show he was on Love?
Ready to Love?
No, it wasn't Ready to
It
Love.
wasn't Ready to Love?
It was Love something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I haven't seen him since then. So we listen.
Oh no, Ready to Love, that's Tommy.
Yeah, that's something.
What's his name?
Whatever it is, we need Flavor to manage.
Flavor
of Love. That's what it was. Yeah. I didn't even know. Well, shout out to Flav. Keep it going.
Yeah, he sponsored the whole team. So he said he found out that the women's synchronized team was working 2-3 jobs to support themselves and whatnot. And so he sponsored the entire team. First of all, I didn't know Flav had money like that.
They neither.
One.
Well, you know, he has connects too. So it's not always his money.
Right.
OPP, other people's money.
Right. So I don't think that was Flav.
OPM.
OPM.
That's naughty by nature.
Nature. I'll be mixing the two.
Other people's OPP.
Yeah.
OP.
Others people property. We're gonna leave it at that.
Money.
Yeah, money. But yeah, it's just amazing like how this Olympics it seems to have more of a I guess hip hop influence, you know, because Snoop has attended almost every event and he's made himself relevant. You know, he's there to support, he's there to cheer. You know, I think the most iconic moment was when he had the torch. You know, he had that torch that took us to the next level. So I just love how that was great. But so yeah, we got the beach volleyball. Then let me see anything else. Handball. Don't know what that is, but that's an Olympic sport.
You use your hand. It's like when you go to Bally's, not Bally's. What you call it?
Come on, Bally's legit.
Not Bally's though. LA.
LA.
Yeah, you go, you hit the ball in the wall with your hand. Handball.
Okay. So they have that. That's an Olympic sport.
Play that though. Is it in the room?
I'm assuming it's somewhere.
Because I've seen it play, but it's in a room at LA Fitness. Not that I frequent LA Fitness very often.
You know, they got sports climbing. Is that like rock?
I have no idea, Derek.
That should be interesting.
One thing I saw was one track and field. And what's the one with the big ball they throw?
Shot put.
Shot put. I saw that one. That was it.
Some of these would be kind of hard to watch on TV. Like, why would I want to watch some rock climb?
Because you got rock climbers who are enthusiasts about that stuff and they want to see how well they climb. They want to see the technique. They want to go back and replicate.
Water polo. I mean, they have stuff all the way until
next year. We're going to be broadcasting live from the Olympics.
Well, you know, the Olympics are every 4 years.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. In 4 years, we're going to be broadcasting from the Olympics.
She will be broadcasting next year from the Olympics. I won't be there.
In Paris.
I won't be there. Well, but so it's every 4 years. So I don't know when's the Winter Olympics.
That's what I was talking about. See?
Yeah, so
no, not really wasn't.
yeah, so
Don't hold it against me, y'all.
I think if summer is this year, Paris may be next year or year after next. But it's every 4 years, and winter and the summer doesn't cross each other.
I probably won't go anyway because I don't know what cybersecurity company may fail, and I got to be up in the plane. So
Plus, I don't even know where is the Winter Olympics. Let me see, we can find that out. 2026 is the Winter Olympics, and it's in February. That go for your birthday.
hey,
It's in Milano, whatever that is.
what?
It's Milano Cortina.
Yeah, that sounds like I got to fly there.
No, that's the name of the. Oh no, the Winter Games, also known as the name. Okay, it's gonna be
First of all, I
in.
won't go anywhere where it's gonna be cold, so I won't go there
It's scheduled to
for
take
my
place
birthday.
February 6th to February 22nd.
Right through my birthday.
2006, in 3 regions in many locations, include Italian cities, Milan and Cortina. So, okay.
I want to
It'll
go
be
to
in Italy,
Milan.
I guess.
I
Maybe.
want to go to Milan. Like my daughter and I had planned on going to Milan to visit her grandfather while he was there, but we never got that chance because we lost him too soon. So we still may go to Milan, probably not, because
So
that
you
was a
should check
dream.
that out.
Nah,
You
not
should
in the
go-
wintertime. I'm not going anywhere cold in the wintertime. My birthday is in the winter. I need to go where the sun is shining. And here's the thing, I don't even know if I can go anywhere if I have to get on a plane because I'm not trusting anybody these days.
I guess you're gonna get on a boat.
I'm not getting on anything that's not ground. I'm not. Like I'm just call me paranoid if you want to. Hey, listen. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Trust me, we do have a lot of serious stuff coming,
You
but
get better.
it gets better. But this is really who we are for real.
You gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere. Just start ugly.
Wow.
Somebody gonna
That.
that's a book.
Oh, okay. I think about
There's a book called Start Ugly by my good friend Chris Commit. So check him out.
fresh haircut, just not to be looking
No, my God, he got a French. He said fresh or French.
fresh.
Oh, I thought you said French. I'm like, what kind of haircut is that? Listen, if you guys want to be a part of this show, you want to be an affiliate, you're somewhere in Georgia, you want to be an affiliate of the show, go to goodmorninggeorgia.org, shoot me an email, let me know if you want to advertise or sponsor or support the show. We would appreciate that as well. The goal is to get the show all across Georgia and make sure that our messages and our voices are heard. Make sure that we have the narrative on our communities. You want to share about your community, what's good happening. Listen, I live in Gwinnett County. That's why Derek's mine. We got to talk about something other than Gwinnett. I'm a Gwinnetian. That's what I do.
I'm a Georgian.
I'm a peach, but I'm a Gwinnetian right now is what I do. So I have to talk about what's happening. I didn't even go deep because I had a whole lot of stuff. But I didn't want
to allowed to say they're peaches. I don't know about that.
I don't know if you want to say you a peach now. I'm just saying you might.
Oh no.
Okay. So
we'll figure that out for next.
Let's figure it out for next time. But listen, go to goodmorninggeorgia.org to find out how to become an affiliate partner so you can talk about where you live at. Also, if you want to support the show, if you want to run an ad on the show, like you saw our ads running there, we don't have a lot of spots. We don't have a lot. It's three ad spots per episode. One of them could be yours. We're on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. So check us out, 9 a.m. to 10:30. So check us out. If you are a member of our chamber or a local chamber and your chamber is a partner, you could come on here and talk about your business. You will be seeing our members come on and talk about their business. They will be co-hosting the show with us, but we're gonna let them talk about their business as well. Here's the thing: we know that small businesses are the engine that make our economy run, right? And a lot of them are solopreneurs, and they don't have the opportunity to get out and market themselves like they should. So this is the opportunity for you in your chamber to spotlight your members. If they can spend 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes with us to talk about what they do, how they do it. Now I'm gonna say this because I've been doing this a long time. Do not come on the show if you don't have a website to send people to.
And if you need a website, visit thecommunicationsmd.com. That's THE communications with an S, MD.com. And we'll be glad to take care of your website needs.
Shameless plug, but got to do it anyway. Shameless all the time. But if you are a chamber and you want to become an affiliate partner, so you can talk about your members and have your members come on the show, and you can talk about your community, go to goodmorninggeorgia.org, shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you. This is a great opportunity. We will be on Amazon Fire Stick in about a week, and right after that, we'll be on Roku. So if you got an Amazon Fire Stick in about a week, look for us on that. If you miss an episode during the day, you can go back and watch it on demand on Amazon Fire Stick. in about a week, and Roku will be following in September. So if you got a Roku device in your house, whether it be a TV or a stick, you'll be able to watch it on Roku. So,
and then hopefully eventually we'll be advertising on our TV.
yes, yes. So we have TV advertisements available. There's so much. Check out what is it? The MD, what is it?
Thecommunicationsmd.com. That's THE communications with an S, MD.com. We are the communications doctor.
All right, communication doctor. Listen, if you are in the eye of a storm, please get out.
Please.
Please.
Also, once you have opportunity to check the status of your property, if you have any damage, please text STORM to 888-835-1386, and that will send you a link to fill out. So one of their amazing reps at Southern Elite Contractor will reach out to you to come out and inspect your home, provide any emergency repairs that may be needed, and assist you with your insurance claims needs. Or, if you don't want to do an insurance claim, they can assist you with your repairs altogether. So text STORM to 888-835-1386.
All right. I think that's about all we got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody who stayed around to watch, I appreciate that. It's always good to know that people are watching. But we're here to bring you the news from across Georgia. We want to thank all of our supporters already, people who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, the Facebook channels. Please do subscribe to them. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe. Click on notifications so you never miss an episode. Although we're here Monday through Fridays at 9 a.m., you may miss an episode. But if you don't want to miss an episode, subscribe and hit the notification button, and you won't miss one. And I think that's it. We'll be back again.
They say you miss an episode, you miss a lot.
That's right. You miss a lot. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
Good morning, Georgia.
Good morning, Georgia.
Looking for a place to shine? Are you ready? Want Georgians' eyes on you? Let's go. Good Morning Georgia is here. Start your day the Georgia way. Want attention for your brand? Broadcast today only on Good Morning Georgia. Mail us today at info@thecommunicationsmd.com or phone call on 770-421-598.
I'm gonna say that.